Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Distinguished guests, faculty members, scholars, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum.
And a very good morning to our in-house and global virtual audience. I am Dr. Ali.
And I am Dr. Shumaila Kashif, Master of Ceremonies for the 9th International Conference on Islamic Banking and Finance.
It is our privilege to warmly welcome you all on behalf of the organizing committee in the opening ceremony of Islamic Finance 5.0, embracing technology, sustainability, and ethical excellence. This 9th edition of our flagship conference is a testament to IOBM's commitment towards the advancement of Islamic finance, and it continues to prosper with each passing year.
We begin the inaugural session with the recitation of few verses from the Holy Quran.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبطه الشيطان من المس ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا فمن جاءه موعظة من ربه فانتهى فله ما سلف وأمره إلى الله ومن عاد فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون يمحق الله الربا ويربي الصدقات والله لا يحب كل كفار أثيم.
And now I shall request all present to please rise for the national anthem of Pakistan.
We now invite the Dean of the College of Business Management, Professor Dr. Muhammad Kashif, for the opening remarks. Mr. Muhammad Atif Hanif, CEO Al Baraka Bank, if you can join us on the stage, please.
Thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished scholars and esteemed guests, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. It is a distinct privilege to open 9th International Conference on Islamic Banking and Finance and address this gathering of exceptional minds, policymakers, practitioners, innovators from all over the world, united in their dedication to advancing Islamic finance. This year, we are honored to to host more than 100 distinguished speakers, guests, moderators, policymakers from all over the world. The journey of ICIBF at IOBM began nearly a decade ago with a simple but a very powerful vision to create a platform where knowledge, innovation, and ethical finance converge. Over the years, this conference has evolved into one of the most recognized global forums, charting the progress of Islamic banking, exploring emerging challenges, and shaping the future of financial systems that are not only efficient, but also just and inclusive. Each edition of ICIBF has reflected the times, from product innovation and Sharia governance to financial resilience and sustainability. Today, as we convene under the theme of Islamic Finance 5.0, embracing technology, sustainability, and ethical excellence, we recognize that we stand at a transformative moment. Digital technologies, climate investment, and call for the ethical finance are redefining how institutions operate and how societies engage with the capital. Islamic finance, grounded in justice, transparency, and shared prosperity, is positioned to lead this transformation. This conference continues to be a bridge between research and practice. A day before, we hosted a pre-conference research workshop on Islamic finance in focus, research development, and rise of the digital asset in collaboration with globally renowned institutions. The scholars and practitioners engaged deeply with topics such as blockchain, tokenized system, Sharia-compliant innovation, laying the intellectual foundation for the discussion we will carry forward for the next 2 days. ICIBF 2025 brings together participants from 20 countries, including leading institutions, financial entities, and regulatory bodies. This diversity is a testament to the growing global footprints of Islamic finance in the world. We are proud to have Cambridge IFA as our conference partner, whose expertise would enhance the quality and global relevance of our discussions. We are also supported by our valued sponsor categorized as platinum, gold, silver, bronze, representing a total of 30+ sponsoring organizations, including key partners such as Mizan Bank, Faisal Bank, National Bank of Pakistan, Al Baraka, and Sitara Chemical Industries, whose contributions strengthen this global platform, along with more than 40 collaborative and knowledge partners. In addition, this conference will feature a series of industry-related panel discussions covering key topics in Islamic finance, fintech, Sharia standards, product innovation, digital payments, and takaful, providing actionable insight and strategic perspectives for practitioners and policymakers. I express my heartfelt gratitude to our keynote speakers, participants, presenters, and dedicated organizing committee. Your contribution ensures that ICIBF is not just a conference, but a catalyst for meaningful change in Islamic finance worldwide. Let this gathering be a space for dialogue, discovery, and collaboration. May it inspire ideas, forge connection, and strengthen our shared mission to advance a financial system that is innovative, sustainable, and ethically grounded. Thank you. Now I need to make an announcement that Senator Mohammad Aurangzeb, Federal Minister for Finance, could not join us because of some commitment, but he has sent a message, so I'll read his message on his behalf. I quote, I congratulate the College of Business Management at Institute of Business Management on successfully hosting the 9th International Conference on Islamic Banking and Finance. Over the year, this conference has evolved into a leading national platform for dialogue, collaboration, and thought leadership in Islamic finance. This year's theme, Islamic Finance 5.0, Embracing Technology, Sustainability, and Ethical Finance, Ethical Excellence, focuses on the direction in which global and local financial systems are moving. Technology, sustainability, and ethics are redefining how financial institutions operate and how they serve society. Pakistan's sector is undergoing a significant transformation. Therefore, to sustain this momentum, the sector must continue to embrace digital innovation, promote sustainable and climate-resilient finance, and strengthen research capabilities. Institutions like IOBM play a vital role in developing future leaders, and I'm confident that this conference will contribute meaningfully to Pakistan's financial future as well. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for setting the tone of the conference for the next 2 days and also for reading Senator Mohammad Aurangzeb's message. It is my privilege to call upon the conference patron and president of IOBM, Mr. Talib Sayyed Kareem, for the official welcome address. Please welcome Mr. Talib Sayyed Kareem.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dr. Ishrat Hussain, former Governor, State Bank of Pakistan. Mr. Bashir Jan Mohammed, our Chancellor. Dr. Tariq Rafi, Chairman, Sindh Higher Education Commission. Mr. Irfan Siddiqui, President and CEO, Mizan Bank. Mr. Yusuf Hussain, President and CEO of Faisal Bank. Mr. Atif Hanif, CEO, Al Baraka Bank. Dr. Saila, who's the head of Research and Studies Division, International Islamic Fiqh Academy, Jeddah. I think Mr. Salimullah Khan will Mr. Salimullah will join us momentarily, Deputy Governor, State Bank of Pakistan. Along with all distinguished guests, respected scholars, and partners from Pakistan and abroad. Assalamu alaikum and good morning. It is a great honor for me to welcome you all to the 9th International Conference on Islamic Business and Finance. Together, we gather to reflect on the progress of Islamic finance and to discuss the new opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. This conference has become one of the key forums in the region for Islamic finance. Every year it brings together experts, researchers, industry leaders, regulators, and students. And through the continued efforts of our Center for Islamic Banking and Finance, IBM is proud to contribute to the global conversation on ethical and responsible finance. Islamic banking in Pakistan has grown at a steady and impressive pace. Under the strong leadership of the State Bank of Pakistan, Islamic banking now holds over 1/5 of the country's total banking assets, and it continues to expand faster than conventional banking. Our dual banking model, where Islamic and conventional system work side by side, has strengthened the financial sector and offered more choice to the public. And I think we are lucky that the gentleman who gave the first license to the gentleman who got the first license are sitting on the stage, Dr. Ishrat Hussain and Mr. Irfan Siddiqui of Mizan Bank. However, with growth comes responsibility. We still face important challenges. We need more trained professionals, stronger regulatory alignment, better awareness among the public, and deeper understanding of new technologies. Academic institutions like IOBM and platforms like ICIBF are essential in meeting these needs. We are committed to preparing the next generation of professionals who can uphold both technical excellence and Islamic values. This year's theme, Islamic Finance 5.0, embracing technology, sustainability, and ethical excellence, highlights the era we are entering. Around the world, finance is being reshaped by artificial intelligence, blockchain, digital currencies, and data analytics. These technologies offer great potential, but they also make us ask an important question. And the question is, how can Islamic finance adopt new technology while staying true to its ethical foundation? This conference is an opportunity to explore that question. Over the next 2 days, experts and researchers will share ideas on how Islamic finance can move forward with confidence, clarity, and responsibility. Their work shows that ethics and technology can go hand in hand, and that innovation does not have to come at the cost of values. Ladies and gentlemen, this conference is more than an academic event. It is a platform for policy dialogue, collaboration, and global learning. It brings together regulators, industry leaders, and scholars with one shared goal: to build a financial system that serves society and supports sustainable development. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our valued partners, Cambridge IFA, the State Bank of Pakistan, the Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan, and our international knowledge collaborators for their trust and cooperation. Their support reminds us that the future of Islamic finance depends on partnership and shared vision. As I mentioned earlier, we cannot thank enough our sponsors who have been supporting us for the past 9 years. I also extend my gratitude to the authors and researchers who submitted papers for this conference. Your contribution deepened our understanding and strengthened the academic base of Islamic finance. My special thanks go to IBM faculty, especially Dr. Imamuddin, the ICIBF Organizing Committee, and our hardworking student volunteers. Their dedication, planning, and teamwork have made this event possible. We are grateful for their service and commitment to excellence. As we begin the 9th ICIBF, let us move with a clear purpose: to build a future where technology supports ethics, where innovation strengthens sustainability, and where Islamic finance continues to serve people with fairness, trust, and compassion. Thank you once again for being here. I wish you all a productive, meaningful, and inspiring conference. And I welcome Mr. Salimullah, Deputy Governor, State Bank of Pakistan, on the stage. Thank you very much, and enjoy the 2 days of the conference. And I also, on behalf of Cambridge IFA, IFC would like to invite you for the dinner tonight, which is an award gala dinner, which Cambridge will be giving awards to various banks here in Pakistan. Thank you very much.
Grateful for your leadership and for welcoming our esteemed guests. Your words not only inspired us, but also underscore the strategic vision of our institution in hosting this 9th International Conference on Islamic Banking and Finance. We now move on to our keynote speeches. The first keynote speech is going to be delivered by Dr. Muhammad Lamin M. Sela from International Fiqh Academy, OIC Jeddah. Slight change of plan. We'll first invite Chairman Sindh HEC, Dr. SM Tariq Rafi.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. Dr. Ishad Hussain Sahab, Mr. Bashir Jan Mohammed, Chancellor IUBM, Talib Karim Sahab, President IUBM, all the presidents of different banks, distinguished guests, fellow academicians, industry leaders, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning. It is definitely an honor for me to be here at the 9th International Conference on Islamic Banking and Finance in Karachi. I want to begin by acknowledging the Institute of Business Management and Center for Islamic Business and Finance for organizing such a timely and important event. The theme, Islamic Financing 5.0, Embracing Technology, Sustainability, and Ethical Excellence. It is a very well-chosen topic because it captures precisely where the future of Islamic finance is headed and where our higher education institutions must follow and play their own role in providing the human resource for the same topic. In Pakistan, Islamic financing is no longer a new concept. With a young population, growing digital adoption, and a rising demand for ethical financial instruments, there is a clear and urgent need to build capacity in this domain. But capacity does not come only through banks or financial institutions. It must begin in our universities, which will supply and provide you with the human resource that you require to build up your institutions. Higher education plays an indispensable role in producing not only Sharia literate professionals, but also innovators who can blend Islamic financial ethics with advanced technology, data analytics, fintech, and sustainability frameworks for the institution. To move forward, our academic institutions should offer stronger programs in Islamic banking, takaful, sukuk, fintech, and impact investing. They should also deepen collaboration with industry so research becomes a practical and addresses real regulatory, technological, and social needs of our country. Islamic finance has a strong potential to support financial inclusion and sustainable development, especially through ethical investment, green sukuk, risk-sharing instruments. In this context, I want to briefly highlight how our Sindh Higher Education Commission is working to strengthen the academic ecosystem that Islamic finances need. The Sindh Higher Education Commission oversees 69 public and private sector universities in the province. It ensures a quality, compliance, and continuous improvement in both the public and private sector. No new academic program or department in the public universities can be opened up without our approval, and for that we need them to provide us with relevance, employment prospects, and sustainability so that the programs could be monitored. Our research portfolio is expanding rapidly. The Sindh Research Support Program, one of our major initiatives, funds projects across 7 thematic areas, many of which are directly supporting the Islamic finance. Management sciences, social sciences, IT, engineering, and agriculture. These areas offer ideal space for projects like Islamic fintech, green sukuk models, Sharia governance, and agriculture-based Islamic microfinance. That is what we are emphasizing upon and giving research programs, support them through funds for these programs. Alongside research, Sindh Higher Education Commission is running extensive capacity building programs, internationally and national postdoc fellowships, scholarships for MPhil and PhD students, travel grants for presenting research abroad, laboratory strengthening funds, and professional development programs for vice chancellors, deans, registrars, and faculty members. All these efforts help universities move towards global standards and adopt best practices in governance, quality assurance, and innovation. So in a way, indirectly, we are supporting all the academic institutions, which also means that we are supporting the Islamic financing, which many universities are now following. We are also encouraging strong links between the universities and industry, research and technology showcases, career connect job fairs, and Sindh Startup Exhibition, which gives students and researchers opportunities to share their work, explore commercialization, and connect with their employees. These platforms are especially useful for Islamic finance students working on fintech, ethical investment, or applied research. In the end, I'm really grateful for inviting me to be amongst so many illuminates, and I think that such programs like the 9th conference will always add up to something in the Islamic financing world, and especially when the Islamic financing is not only in the Islamic world, throughout the world, Islamic banking, Islamic financing has taken a lead and is progressing much more rapidly than expected. Thank you once again. Pakistan, Paindabad.
Thank you so much, sir, for the insightful words. We deeply appreciate the Sindh Higher Education Commission's continuous commitment to fostering higher quality research. Your support is instrumental and much appreciated.
For our next keynote address, we invite Dr. Muhammad Lamin M. Sela from International Fiqh Academy. We now invite Mr. Yusuf Hussain, President and CEO, Faisal Bank, Pakistan.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respected Dr. Ishrat Saab, the architect of Islamic banking in Pakistan, the Islamic banking icon, Ishfan Siddiqui Saab, Deputy Governor Saab, and I know Islamic banking is close, really close to his heart, Shir Jan Muhammad Saab. Thank you very much, and Assalamu Alaikum to all. It's really a privilege to speak on this subject, which I think is of national significance and a deep personal and professional conviction: the advancement of Islamic banking in Pakistan. So Islamic banking, to me, is not just a commercial offering. It's a principled system built on fairness, transparency, shared risk, and dignity. These values reflect on our economic model, where finance is tied to real activity and real contribution. As we speak today on advancing the vision of Islamic banking in Pakistan, it is important to recognize that this vision is fundamentally about people, their values, their preferences, and their financial needs. It's the choice of the people, our customers. Islamic banking in Pakistan and throughout the globe aligns naturally with public's desire for fairness, transparency, and Sharia-compliant choices. And it must also drive deeper financial inclusion by bringing underserved households, women, youth, micro-entrepreneurs into the formal financial system. Today, we really stand at a defining moment. Islamic banking has crossed a quarter of the industry, supported by federal Sharia courts' direction and the state bank's multi-year but very solid roadmap towards Islamic banking. The support of the government, SECP, Islamic scholars has strengthened the ecosystem. Corporate partners across major sectors have further demonstrated the viability of Islamic finance. And again, I would like to say that it's the market, it's the choice of people who actually encourage this change. And during our conversion, we have seen that it was actually the choice of the customers which made it happen for Faisal Bank. So today we also have a strong national mandate. All of us are here in order to propagate and in order to think of ways that how can this economy on a totality basis, be Islamized. But there are certain areas where we think that we need to work collectively in terms of pacing up. The most important part, I think, is the awareness and the need for a national narrative. Public demand, as I said, is strong, but the understanding of Islamic banking is still limited. We need to propagate the wisdom behind the Quranic injunction against riba. It's a protection rooted in economic justice, prevents wealth from growing without effort, risk, and value creation, prevents imbalance and social harm, and promotes fairness, transparency, risk-sharing, and asset-backed activity. This understanding must become a part of the narrative that all of us in the sector propagate. And that needs to go to people. And unfortunately, I mean, if you talk to a common person today in cities like Karachi as well, the understanding of Islamic banking in terms of its true value is not really there. Mostly people think that Islamic banking is because it's in Quran, that you should not be encouraging riba. But there is logic behind it, and there are products behind it, and there are offerings behind it. So in essence, I mean, it is offering a complete parallel economic system. Now that needs to be propagated. So national narrative requires an effort across all of us, the industry players, State Bank, SCCP, ministry, scholars, universities, everywhere. So I think that is something that we will need to work upon as an industry. The second, I think, factor which will really contribute to the growth of the industry is the human capital. And the curriculum gaps that we have today in our universities and educational institutions. And I was discussing this with Dr. Saad Azmat day before yesterday, that, that practical angle and the linkage with the industry in our academia needs to be much more than what it is today. So it is imperative on all of us, the industry players, myself, people like Irfan Saab, Atif, even the State Bank regulators, that we relate with the academia. We relate with them through practical cases, through practical situations. That is what is going to really make a difference. Islamic finance really needs people. It has to be people-driven, and people who are there in terms of conviction, and people who are there in terms of the practical solutions for the industry. So that is a comfort that we will have to give to the industry. So the regulatory alignment is another factor. A lot of work has been done, and I think SCCP and State Bank are working on it very proactively. But that is one area that we will again need to focus upon. Harmonization with the IOFI and IFSB standards. I think this is an area that we will need to focus upon. And I think there has to be fairness in terms of the government offering the treasury instruments. For any industry to grow, I mean, there are some disparities in terms of the availability of sukuks and the rates that are offered as compared to the conventional banks. So in order to be fair to the industry, I think this is another area that the government, through the State Bank, may want to work upon. And I know for a fact that Salimullah Saab has done some great work on this, but sir, I think more needs to be done on this front. So we need to really focus on solutions. I mean, it's not just academic. So there have to be solutions for SME, there have to be solutions for agriculture, there have to be solutions for sectors which are good to the economy: renewable energy, affordable housing, Sukuk-backed other developments that can help our economy. And I think one other area which really needs to be considered is the digital and the technology infrastructure. When we converted in Faisal Bank, one of the biggest issues was the technology part. So there were no ready-made solutions available, and we had to struggle. And even the current system that we have resides on the conventional infrastructure. So for this to be effective, I think the industry needs to work on specialized solutions which support both the normal banking operations but also the digital infrastructure. So, I mean, I always quote that Faisal Bank is a ready example, okay? We did it in 5-6 years, but there are a lot of learnings that we are trying to put together under the umbrella of the State Bank of Pakistan in terms of the industry. And it's, I think it's not mechanical conversion that we talk about in any bank. It's actually the mindset that you need to have your employees think about what is Islamic banking, how is it right. It's not just the religious part, it's the ethical part as well. And how does it really contribute towards the development of the country as compared to the conventional banking, which may at times be speculative in nature, which may at times be not asset-based. So, one has to sort of convert the mindset of the people and of the customers. It's the entire cultural transformation that one has to go. Capability development has to be built. Systems need to be worked upon. And there has to be real economy alignment in terms of the developmental sectors. So I think as an industry, we will need to pick up on these pillars and have an integrated strategy in terms of supporting this conversion. On an individual basis, we are all contributing towards this conversion, but I think more needs to be done in terms of both local and international collaboration, in terms of the product sharing, in terms of how can the economy be impacted, in terms of Sukuk solutions, and in terms of making a real difference. So more collaboration and togetherness will make the Islamic sector grow many folds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Atif Hanif, for your keynote speech.
We now invite Dr. Muhammad Lamin M. Sela from International Islamic Fiqh Academy, OIC Jeddah, to deliver a keynote speech. Please welcome Dr. Lamin.
I think the PowerPoint, they already show or no? Yeah, no, we're going to show the PowerPoint.
Do you want to show PowerPoint?
It's up to you. If you don't,
Do you have it in USB?
yeah. You want- It will take time, right? Yeah. Okay.
You can come after Atif. In the meantime, we can arrange the connection.
No problem. No problem.
If you can keep it. If you want, you can keep it here.
No, no. You mean I give you the USB?
You can come after Mr. Atif.
Okay. I give you the
Yeah, you can
PowerPoint.
give me the USB. We now invite Mr. Mohammad Atif Hanif, CEO Al Baraka Bank, Pakistan, to deliver a keynote speech.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Ishrat Hussain Saab, former Governor of State Bank of Pakistan, Salimullah Saab, Deputy Governor of State Bank of Pakistan, Bashir Jan Muhammad Saab, Chancellor IOBM, Talib Saeed Kareem, President IOBM, SM Tariq Rafi Saab, Chairman Sindh HEC, Irfan Siddiqui Saab, President Mizan Bank, Yusuf Hussain Saab, President Faisal Bank, Dr. Muhammad Lamin, International Islamic Fiqh Academy, OIC Jeddah, and Dr. Imamuddin Sahab. It's such a pleasure to be here on this annual event, which is a formidable conference of Islamic banking in Pakistan, and it's growing and becoming more and more powerful and effective with every passing year. I will just like to, there are scholars who are going to talk about Islamic banking and Sharia compliance, and Irfan Siddiqui Saab is going to talk about how the Islamic banking has been carrying on and what his vision is, and Yusuf Bhai said a lot. I'll just like to mention that the way we are looking at and the way we are growing Al Baraka and the way we are, our strategy and vision is, Islamic banking should not be looked at as a segment of banking which is now being asked by the Assembly and the Supreme Court to be converted into as an entire banking system. But rather it should be looked as the solution to the Pakistan's challenges and overall the needs of the people of Pakistan be rightly met through the Islamic banking. For example, and this should be led by the technology and innovation, not only in Sharia compliance, but also in business and strategy. The way we have started the transformation of Al Baraka Bank in Pakistan, since we are part of the Dalla Group of Saudi Arabia, and the Al Baraka Banking Group is based in, the headquarters is based in Bahrain, and we have presence in 13 countries. We started with a synergy model to connect Pakistani exporters with the importers and the businesses in 13 countries through a webinar and portal, trade finance portal. This became very, very effective, and we have held 4 webinars country to country so far. And the last webinar we held was the first product webinar of the ABG, which was hosted in Sialkot, and the product was the sports goods of Sialkot. And they were connected with the buyers, they were connected with the buyers of, in 13 countries of sports goods. And that is how it became very, very effective. And it was held in June, I will request your attention, please. The webinar held in Sialkot was very effective, as we connected 70 leading exporters of sports goods of Pakistan with the sports goods importers and buyers with the 13 countries. And it became very, very effective, and it was followed by a series of virtual meetings that were hosted by Al Baraka Bank. For example, businesses in South Africa offered warehouses to the Sialkot exporters. In Egypt, they were offered JVs, and those meetings were hosted by Al Baraka Bank virtually with the businesses throughout these 13 countries. So that is how we feel that Islamic banks don't only have to look at the Sharia compliant, but also they should lead the business models, innovation, and digital and technology. The portal that we established in Pakistan, it is being used by all the 13 countries, and this model is now implemented in all the ABG franchises through the headquarters. And all the franchises are using this model among each other. Recently, in a CIO conference held in Pakistan, our CIO was awarded for this innovative idea of developing the portal. And later on, we realized that there is a global CIO conference as well, which was held in Egypt. And this particular portal was selected in that conference among the 200 innovations by the CIOs throughout the world. And there he was awarded, our CIO, and we came to know that Al Baraka Bank Pakistan is the only bank in the world which has developed such a trade finance portal. And so what I'm emphasizing on is that since the banking is being converted into Islamic, we should also be considered the leader in innovation and digitalization, and not only trying to catch up with the product development and the Sharia compliant needs of the people, but also as a solution to the Pakistan's economic issues. So the two biggest issues of Pakistan economy are that our exports have not developed in last 10 years. Our export in 2014 were $25 billion. They're today $30 billion. Exports of Bangladesh in 2014 were $30 billion. They are now $51 billion. As a result, our imports continue to increase, and the pressure and the reliance on the home remittance to save us from default is just continuously increasing. So the exports have to increase. Now, how Islamic banking can support this progress of exports, that I'm going to share with some views. And second is the financial inclusion. In total, we have 83 million unique bank accounts in Pakistan. There are 150 million adults in Pakistan. Now, half of these 83 million unique accounts are with fintechs and branchless banking. So branchless banking and fintechs don't have deposits. About 40 million active bank accounts in commercial banks are the ones which have the bank accounts, which has the deposits of the industry. So now how, so this only comprises of maybe 25% of the adult population. We have 5 million teenagers who migrate to adulthood every year. We are opening less than 4 million accounts every year. So the unbanked population continues to grow. Now, all the surveys that have been done so far for the reasons of this unbanked population, the single most important reason is the fear of riba. And irrespective of how strong the digitalization is in Pakistan, if people continue to fear from riba, they are not going to come into the banking system. And especially the deposit is not going to come into the banking system. Now, this deposits that we have represents $400 billion of GDP. It is estimated that Pakistan's actual GDP is more than $1 trillion. Now, how strong this is, $1 trillion, for perspective reasons, we can see that the GDP of Saudi Arabia is $1.4 billion. So if our actual GDP is $1 billion, it means Pakistan's real potential is very, very strong. But what is holding it? The financial inclusion and documentation of economy. And what is most important for that inclusion is the Islamic banking. So Islamic banking should be looked as the solution for the Pakistan's challenges. And conversion, for the conversion purpose, the biggest challenge is that there are 35 trillion rupees of PIBs and T-bills in the assets of conventional banking. If they don't have, if there is no solution or alternate to these PIBs and T-bills in the form of sukuks, then the conversion can really practically not take place. Even if all the branches are converted into Islamic, what the Islamic banks are going to do with the deposits? They have to be placed somewhere. And the private sector demand is not growing. Just like I mentioned, the exports are not growing. So the only thing that is growing is the consumption, which is basically fed by the imports. So how do we meet all this? In our view, the solution lies with the Islamic banking being considered as overall part of the halal ecosystem. The halal economy globally is now $2 trillion of annual size. One, it comprises of four things. One is the halal protein, which is $1 trillion. It includes all kind of meat. $1 trillion per year is the consumption of halal protein. It is led by Brazil, $10 billion. Second is Australia. Third is Indonesia. Fourth is India with $4 billion. Pakistan is exporting $500 million of meat. Second is halal pharmaceutical and cosmetics. Pakistan is zero. Pakistan's contribution is zero in this sector. Third is halal tourism. It is $250 billion of annual spending. And Pakistan, everything is halal, but there is not a single hotel, resort, or restaurant that is certified halal. In Turkey, everything is halal, but 60% of the hotel and resorts are certified halal. In even Bangkok, 50% of the hotels, five-star hotels, are certified halal today. Even there are halal restaurants in Las Vegas today, but not in Pakistan. In Pakistan, there's not a single resort, hotel, or restaurant that is certified halal. So the halal tourists who travel while planning halal, Pakistan is not in their radar. Number fourth is halal fashion. Halal fashion is $400 billion of annual trade, and Pakistan contribution is zero. We are champion of textile, but we are not exporting any ihram, abaya, namaz ki topi, or scarves, and some other modern halal items. So what we are doing now is, since Al Baraka Bank is part of the Dalla Group, and in Dalla Group, Islamic Chamber of Commerce and Development was also founded by Sheikh Saleh Kamil in 1979. And on the persuasion of the President of Pakistan at that time, its headquarters was established in Karachi. So we have started aligning with the Islamic Chamber of Commerce and Development for promotion of halal economy in Pakistan and aligning Pakistan with the halal economy. So we held one big conference in Lahore where 170 leading corporates and SMEs were invited, and we spoke about halal and awareness of halal. Second conference was held in Karachi recently, about 2 months ago, and 130 leading companies attended that. We had a workshop on halal fashion, full-day workshop. So all this interest that has developed on halal, it is now being structured in a way that as we speak, tomorrow, the largest halal conference in the world is being held in London, and it is hosted by Islamic Chamber of Commerce and Development. And through our efforts, we have sent 10 delegates to London conference from Pakistan, which includes 4 textile, and then confectionery and some food products. And they are holding, they have actually developed some products for halal fashion, and they are displaying those products there. So in our opinion, with the promotion of halal economy in Pakistan, the demand for financing is going to increase so much that the requirement of the Islamic banks' asset deployment is going to be sufficiently met through the growth of halal economy in Pakistan. For example, the $400 billion halal fashion, if Pakistan targets 5%, that is $20 billion. Today, entire textile exports are $20 billion. So 5% of halal fashion market in 5 years will mean doubling of Pakistan textile sector in 5 years. And that will be sufficient to meet the asset deployment requirement of Islamic banking, for even despite very aggressive conversion. Apart from that, I think, like Yusuf Saab said, that the awareness and the real belief of the Islamic banking as the real Sharia compliance banking is very, very important, especially because in total banking industry has 200,000 employees. 50,000 employees are working under Islamic banking, 150,000 employees are working in conventional banking. And by and large, as the society, there's a very common thing to hear that is Islamic banking really Islamic, or is it holding ear like this and this? So I think the conventional bankers need to believe that this is the right Sharia compliant banking before they start offering Islamic banking through the converted branches and converted banks. So there's a big need for training, and I think IUBM is a strong institution, is an asset of Pakistan in terms of Sharia compliance knowledge base. I think more affiliations of IUBM with the universities and institutes throughout Pakistan will enable a widespread Islamic banking training capabilities, which is required before the entire conversion take place. I think it's very important that the training and the belief in the Islamic banking is also strongly pushed. Because this is not the only time Pakistan is converting into Islamic banking. We tried that once in 1984, and later in 1992 it was reverted. But we still have the reminiscence of that, those nomenclatures of Islamic banking in our conventional banking today. So we need to make sure that this time around people really believe that this is the right banking, the right Sharia compliant banking, for which it is very important that the conventional bankers should be trained in Islamic banking and they should believe in Islamic banking before this entire convergence takes place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your expert opinion on how Islamic banking can increase export and bringing to audience attention developing halal economy infrastructure.
Before moving to our next keynote speech, I would like to invite Justice Dr. Muhammad Dr. Syed Muhammad Anwar from Federal Sharia Court to join us on the stage, please.
Please welcome.
Our second last keynote speech is going to be delivered by Dr. Muhammad Lamin from International Islamic Fiqh Academy. Sir, the floor is yours. And I would like to apologize to him to making him wait for an extended time.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على الحبيب محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه الكرام وعلى كل من تمسك بسنته صلى الله عليه وسلم إلى يوم القيامة وأقول السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Please allow me to speak a little bit in English. I say good morning everyone. It's very good for me and it's very important for me to be one of the keynote speakers from International Islamic Fiqh Academy. So, Your Excellency, ladies, gentlemen, the professors, and all the guests, all the participants, I can say again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First, I'm here today to represent Our Excellency Dr. Prof. Kutubu Mustafa Sano. He must be here among you, but according to his schedule, so busy and he's overseas he's not around. Right now he's not in Jeddah, so he's overseas. That's why I came here to represent him. So International Islamic Fiqh Academy is part of OIC. I think everyone knows what is the OIC. And by the way, Sheikh Mufti Muhammad Taqi Uthman is one of our members in this great OIC. Something wrong? So I think many of you, they don't know what is OIC. In short word, they said IFA, International Islamic Fiqh Academy. This Islamic organization was established in Islamic calendar 1401, which means since 1981, but the headquarters in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. The headquarters in Jeddah. But we have the different scholars from over the world, more than 37 countries, 57 countries. We have the members and in this Islamic Fiqh Academy in Jeddah. Pakistan is part of this member, as I just mentioned earlier. Sheikh Mufti Uthman Taki Uthman is one of them. And then we have the objective. We have many objectives, but I'm not going to read all. I'm not going to mention all. But if you go through our website, you will see, you will get more details about this one. We are trying to achieve intellectual harmony and integration between the justice and Islamic jurisprudence. In the same time, we try to promote ijtihad jama'i. What is ijtihad jama'i? If we have any issue, we contact our scholars, different countries and different schools, and then they sit together to discuss and to get what the solution, what the recommendation for this issue. And we try to avoid and to refute all the fatwa against of our Islamic law based on the Quran and the Sunnah. And we don't allow to accept any idea against to follow this thought, this school, the Madhhab Shafi'i, Madhhab Hanafi. No. We have tried to make all of them together. So that's why this is one of the objectives of our academy in Jeddah. So if we go to what's the relation between the connection between Islamic academy and Islamic banking and finance or Islamic economics. So as I told you earlier, from 1981 until 2025, we already have 26 conferences. The latest one or the recent one, it was in Qatar, Doha, in May. So right now, we have the resolution and the recommendation 256. So, and then we already make the book for this one. And this book, we try to translate more than 10 languages. We have in English, this is English version, and we have in Arabic also, this the Arabic, this the one, and we have in French, we have in Hausa, they use in Nigeria, and we have in Urdu. Urdu also we have, but and the Sheikh Mufti Muhammad Taki Uthman, when we translate, we have the translator, so we give to him to add it, to check if everything is correct. So you may find in the website soft copy. Soft copy is there in your mother tongue. It's very important for you. If any issue, Islamic banking and finance or economy or social issue, you can get all the solution on this one. In Spanish also we have. In Bahasa Brunei, the language they are using in Brunei, we have this, they already translate into this language also, Bahasa Indonesia. Bahasa, by the way, they call it the language. Who don't know the Bahasa, because which means the language. We have also in Swahili, they use in Somalia and the ulterior des langues. And Russian language, and Iranian language, and Unko. This Unko they use in West Africa. So all these languages, we try to translate the resolutions and the recommendations into more than 10 languages. Among 256 conferences, we already conducted 40 issues or 40 cases about Islamic banking and finance. You may find in this book. And then when you go through our website, as I told you, International Islamic Fiqh Academic, any language, when you check even now, you will find. You go down, you will see the translations for the languages, even as I told you. So we try to do our best to translate, because International Islamic Fiqh Academy from you and it belong to you in the same times. So Islamic banking and finance is a comprehensive system, is connected to the economic with the ethics. Okay, yeah, they told me 10 minutes. Yeah, inshallah, I'm going. So there are some fields we are trying to conduct. Okay. We have the transaction, as you know, the riba, profit sharing. We have this also, we already discussed, and also zakats and investments and financing and social solidarity. We have this one and some example for the Islamic banking and finance, like sukuk, mudaraba, musharaka. We already discussed this one, and we have some. We try to do our best also to issue a resolution and a recommendation and guidance, and to develop Islamic banking and finance in the same time. So because of the time, I thank every one of you. I cannot forget the Pakistan government and all members of in Pakistan, inside Pakistan or outside Pakistan, because there are some citizens, they are living overseas. So my thanking for everyone. In the same time, I cannot leave this place. I have to extend my special thank you to my beloved Prof. Dr. Imam D, the Director, Center of Business and Finance, CIBF, and for every one of you. And I'm so sorry if I take a long time, because if we give talk sometime, it takes time. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallahu khairan, Dr. Lamin.
And for our last keynote address, I would like to invite Mr. Salimullah, Deputy Governor, State Bank of Pakistan. Mr. Salimullah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected Dr. Ishrad, Dr. Lamin Sela from Islamic Fiqh Academy, OIC Jeddah, Mr. Bashir Jan Muhammad, Yusuf Hussain Saab, Irfan Saab, and Talib Askrim Saab. It's a Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. It's a real pleasure and honor to be part of this very important event. And I'm extremely happy to see large number of Islamic finance professionals, scholars, academics, coming from not only from various parts of the country, but across various jurisdictions. So it's really glad to have them here. And I hope that they will have a very pleasant stay here in Karachi, and they will be able to enrich the overall discussions that are going to take place here in this very important event. So I have a very long speech that available with me, but I will try to be very brief. And you see that the objective of all these events is to brainstorm and to energize our efforts towards the development of a just, fair, and equitable equitable economic system. And when it is fair, just, and equitable, that is in line with the very principles and very spirit of Islamic Sharia. So that is the very objective on the basis of which we are trying to develop that very financial and economic system. And I'm pleased to see that, alhamdulillah, not only in Pakistan, but globally, the Islamic banking and finance has taken that traction. And when we see ourselves in Pakistan, starting from really scratch in 2001 and 2002 under the leadership of Dr. Ashraf, right now we are about 27% of the banking system, which is a huge, I think, achievement in the last more than 2 decades that we have been able to achieve. And when we see the last decade, in the last 1 decade, this achievement is, I think, it is we have been able to more than double our share in the overall banking system. In terms of deposits, we used to be at around 12.5%. Right now, we are around 26.5%. In terms of assets, we used to be at around 11%. We are right now at around 21.5%. So it's a pretty, I think, phenomenal growth that we have been able to achieve, and that clearly shows the efforts, the contributions that have been made by the Islamic banking industry, the kind of solutions that they have presented, and the kind of efforts that they have made with respect to the promotion and development of the Islamic finance industry. And most importantly, it is the confidence of the consumers. It is the demand by the market that is pulling the banks, not only the Islamic banks, but also the conventional banks towards offering the Islamic banking products. And when we see globally, Pakistan is the 12th largest market that is offering both the conventional and the Islamic financial services. So, starting from a very, very niche market, now the Islamic finance and Islamic banking industry represents a very, very important component of the overall financial system. So, with all this that we have achieved, still as the earlier speakers were narrating, still a very large segment is still untapped. And one reason that we have not been able to tap that very large segment is our ability to reach out to these people with right kind of products and services. And right now, we have the technology available with us that enables us to reach out to these people. When we see that our overall banking system is just serving about a relatively low segment, a low proportion of our overall market, overall population, with 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 91 million unique accounts. We are able to serve about 60% of our population. That about 40% of the population that is still untapped, that can be reached out through by leveraging the technology that is available to us. And in that respect, let me share with you the kind of initiatives and efforts that we have taken with respect to leveraging the technology, so that we could increase the financial inclusion level and reach out to the maximum number of people. And this, the kind of initiatives that we have taken, that includes a framework for digital banks that would enable the banks to reach out to these clienteles. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies, I'm skipping some of the things, some of the aspects, because it's a pretty long speech that has been prepared. So let me talk about the overall efforts that we are taking with respect to increasing the overall outreach levels, and that includes the framework that we have issued for digital banks, and the overall efforts that we are making with respect to improving the digital landscape, and that would really be enabling us to reach out to the people, and that would enable us enable the banks and financial institutions to reach out the SMEs and the agriculture sector, etc. Now I would like to discuss some of the efforts that we are making with respect to the overall conversion process that we have initiated. And on that conversion process, we started 2 years back, and in that process, we initiated various work streams that would lead us towards the smooth transition and conversion towards a full-fledged Islamic economic system and Islamic financial system. And that comes from the two main important decisions that made in the last 2 years. One decision that came from the Federal Sharia Code, and the second decision that came from the constitutional amendment. That these decisions guide us towards developing that framework with respect to the conversion of the Islamic, conversion of the overall banking system and the overall financial system into an economic system. And let me share with you that substantial amount of work has been completed with respect to the conversion process, and we have been able to review all the relevant legal frameworks, the regulatory frameworks, and similarly all the work team that were working on various products that needs to be converted into the Islamic variant. My apologies for that. So one of the key challenges that we have been facing that related to the conversion of the public debt into into Islamic and the Sharia compliant debt. And I'm pleased to share with you that we have been able to develop solutions that would enable us to convert that public debt into a Sharia compliant debt. That for that purpose, my team and the industry have worked together, and we have developed two very important solutions, and that solutions relate to one that relates to the development of a hybrid sukuk structure that would enable the government to issue larger number of sukuks, so that the very large amount of public debt, which is about 40 to 45 trillion rupees, that can be converted into Sharia compliant debt. And another very important structure that the industry and the State Bank team has developed is the Wakala-based structure that would also enable us, inshallah, to move into that direction. In the last space, I would like to emphasize that we must work together in improving the overall value proposition that is being offered by the banks, Islamic banks and financial institutions. Because when we say that the Islamic finance is meant for equity and transparency and just solutions, then the products that we are offering should speak themselves that they are providing the better value and better value proposition to the consumers. With that, I would see that in the next 3 to 5 years, we would see a major part of, inshallah, major part of our financial system would be converted to Sharia compliant system, inshallah, and that would come largely from the demand side, because people are demanding the Islamic financial products and Islamic financial services. So it will largely be coming from that side. What is required from our side is that we should be able to reach out to the consumers with most cost-effective, efficient solutions that provide them that value, so that the overall needs of the customers could be met. With these, my apologies that I have some dry throat. So my best wishes to the organizers for the success of this event, and let's hope that we would be having such recommendations and such ideas that would further enable us to grow at a faster pace, inshallah. Thank you very much.